Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions, Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. Amazing products and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit NaturallyInspiredHealthSummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Did you know that carbon-60 is 172 times more powerful than vitamin C as an antioxidant? This powerful molecule is scientifically proven to neutralize free radicals, reduce inflammation, and promote optimal energy. How does it work? C60 fights oxidative stress, the root cause of aging and disease, helping your body repair and rejuvenate naturally. It's like giving your cells a protective shield. Here's what our listeners have to say. Mike from Denver says,
C60 in olive oil has been perfect as my daily detox. I feel cleaner, lighter, and more energized every day.
Sarah from Houston says,
The C60 topical spray is incredible. I apply it to sore joints and within minutes, the pain and inflammation starts to fade.
order now at c60.com or call 720-600-6040. Use coupon code TAMMY, T-A-M-M-Y, for a special discount.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit PumpkinCreekRanchCo.com or call 970-658-0176.
Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, cell health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com/mushroom. That's NaturallyInspiredRadio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. NaturallyInspiredRadio.com.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Welcome. It's time for Naturally Inspired Radio. So glad you're joining me today. You guys, I'm so mad. I know. In a world where you're not allowed to be mad, you're not allowed to be mad. That's not nice. You can't be mad. Yeah, I do get mad. I get mad a lot, actually. I do. I get mad and then I get over it. But if you're not getting mad, you might be dead, right? You might be dead. You are a human being. And I remember a million years ago, I worked with a lady who once told me, well, I never get mad. And I thought, oh, okay, that's weird. Because you might be dead if you're not getting mad. You're entitled to get mad. I give you permission. It's a normal human emotion. And being mad is totally fine. You just have to work through it, right? It's how you express your anger. It's how you express that you're mad. That's where it gets a little dicey, right? If we don't do it in the correct way. But why am I mad? It's raining here again. This is getting me a little upset because I think it was 2 years ago in northern Colorado that we had a spring like this. And you'd get up in the morning, sun would be out, blue sky, and then you would see little trails in the sky, let's say, just little trails, and then it would cloud over in the afternoon, and then it would be cloudy the rest of the day, and it would rain. My tomatoes didn't come up. Lots of my flowers didn't bloom properly that year. We had half the crop that we normally get here on the homestead. So I'm just like, I'm getting a little worried here. I'm getting a little mad because I hope we're not going to repeat that. I need summer. I absolutely need it. I just need it. Please, no. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I've got a great show for you today. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Pierre Poilievre. Fake candidate, maybe. Or is he just dumb? I'm not sure. We're going to talk about it. Dane Wigington says that Hurricane Helene was modified weather. I tend to agree with Dane there. CRISPR gene therapy, they're talking about being able to cut your genome, snip your genome, and lowering your LDL cholesterol that way. What could possibly go wrong there, people? What could go wrong using gene therapy to manipulate your genome? I don't know. We're going to talk about it, though. And what if fenbendazole helped with acne? Dr. William Mackis is talking about it. Super excited to share that information with you. And of course, we'll have our health topic today and a naturally inspired moment. So it's going to be a great show, but let's kick it off and get started with Pierre. So maybe you saw this clip. It's going viral on X. It is Joe Rogan revealing that he actually extended an invitation to Pierre to come on the Joe Rogan podcast. The biggest podcast in the world, the biggest stage in the world. You're running for political office. And guess what you say? You say, no, that's just not sending the right message that I want to send, or something like that. Apparently that's what you say. Anyway, It's got me thinking. So check out this clip. This is from Joe Rogan on Pierre Poilievre in Canada, of course.
Reminds me of what happened in Canada with the truckers.
Yes.
I mean, they froze
exactly.
their bank accounts.
Yeah.
Or people who donated to them.
Yeah. People who donated to them got their bank accounts frozen.
How insane.
Insane. And then that same party just won again. Good job, Canada.
Oh, my God. If they didn't have good bear hunting, I would never go there.
I do have to say, I offered to have that Pierre guy come on the podcast.
Really?
He didn't do it. Wouldn't do it. Thought it was too problematic. Or whatever. Jordan told me, I forget what he said, but they were telling him not to do it. Like his advisors were telling him not to do it. Hey.
Too problematic. So let me just say this, okay? If you are trying to get traction on your message, your job is to get your word out. Your job is visibility. Your job and too problematic. Like if you were going to say, so what's the problem here? I'm not even entirely sure what the problem is. Is the problem that they thought that nobody likes Joe Rogan? And so, oh my goodness, clutch my pearls. I'm Canadian and we do the right thing and we're polite here. And so we wouldn't want to be, attached to a barbarian like Joe Rogan in the United States. Yeah. Trust me. Okay. I love Canada. I love Canadians. But I will tell you, I'm upset with Canadians. And I'm going to have to work through that because I was very disappointed in the go along to get along behavior when we're Canadians. Like we come from the cold. We're known for being down to earth. We're known for being real people. That's why we used to be known. And so yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm proud of the trucker convoy. Those are my Canadian people. Those are my people, right? They're still adhering to what Canada, what I always identified Canada as being, very down to earth people, polite, respectful, but also don't mess with me. That's how I grew up in Canada. And I haven't seen that from the bigger majority of Canadians over the last 5 years. And so, yeah, I'm upset with them. It's not good enough to say, oh, I don't want to be associated with Trump. I don't want to be associated with Joe Rogan. What are you talking about? You're a political candidate. You have a message to get out to people. If you really cared about the country, you would welcome the discussion with somebody who you even have differing opinions from, because it's about the visibility. It's about the message. And to me, this is a clear indicator that it wasn't about your message. It was about you. It was about you. Because when it's about your message, you don't care. You get over your anxiety. You get out you get over all of that stuff because it doesn't matter. Because what matters is your message. And his message was supposed to be standing for conservatives in Canada. It was supposed to be representation for the voices who have felt unheard over the last 5 years. And I had a feeling about Pierre. I watched him on Jordan Peterson. Many people, my friends and family liked him. They said, we like him. I listened. I critiqued what he was saying. I was like, something's not right. Something was not right. And now I'm starting to wonder if he wasn't a fake candidate, so to speak. Was he a fake candidate? I cannot believe anybody in this day and age would advise somebody, unless you're Kamala Harris, right? I mean, Kamala Harris had a really hard time speaking and making sense. And so putting her on Joe Rogan's podcast is a liability for the campaign because you never know what she's going to say. And she sounded so dumb at times. Pierre Poilievre made sense. He was eloquent. He said some good things. Why was he scared to go on Rogan? Why were they scared to have him go on Rogan? I'm really starting to wonder what went on there. I think fake candidate. Canada is fully under the control of China, people. So sad. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Have you heard about the powerful health benefits of medicinal mushrooms? Take our preferred medicinal mushrooms for immune support, gut health, antioxidant properties, stress and sleep, heart health, liver protection, blood sugar regulation, cholesterol reduction, anti-cancer properties, cognitive health, mood and mental health, heart health, antibacterial and antiviral, and so much more. Available in easy-to-take capsules, great-tasting gummies, and our special coffee blends.
Since adding these mushrooms to my daily routine, my cholesterol levels have improved, and I feel more confident about my heart health.
Taking one of these blends before bed has been a game changer. I fall asleep faster and I wake up feeling truly refreshed.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order 720-303-8868. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com/mushroom.
Did you know that 60% of American adults live with at least one chronic disease? At Inside Health, they take the mystery out of wellness with extensive testing and customized lifestyle plans, all from the comfort of your home.
I've struggled with low energy and digestive issues for years, and no doctor could give me real answers. Working with Inside Health was a game changer.
As a mom, I'm always putting my family's health first, but I was neglecting my own. Inside Health changed that. I started feeling better almost immediately.
Inside Health services help you and your family achieve whole body health with non-invasive personalized care. They listen to your concerns and health goals. They will pinpoint areas where your body needs support. They will create a simple, actionable plan just for you. Call them today, 970-685-8060, or visit InsideHealth.com.
Did you know that carbon-60 is 172 times more powerful than vitamin C as an antioxidant? This powerful molecule is scientifically proven to neutralize free radicals, reduce inflammation, and promote optimal energy. How does it work? C60 fights oxidative stress, the root cause of aging and disease, helping your body repair and rejuvenate naturally. It's like giving your cells a protective shield. Here's what our listeners have to say. Mike from Denver says,
C60 in olive oil has been perfect as my daily detox. I feel cleaner, lighter, and more energized every day.
Sarah from Houston says,
The C60 topical spray is incredible. I apply it to sore joints, and within minutes, the pain and inflammation starts to fade.
Order now at c60.com or call 720-600-6040. Use coupon code TAMMY, TAMMY, for a
Thanks for tuning in to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real solutions for health, and inspire you to take control of your life. We want you to feel empowered, informed, free to live naturally. Who knew that would be controversial? But apparently it is. Without fear, confusion, and dependency. That is what we're doing here at Naturally Inspired. If you love watching Naturally Inspired Radio, head on over to Naturally Inspired Radio 24/7, 24/7. You can find us on Rumble. That is our 24-hour, 7-day-a-week channel. When you get there, just type in, when you get to Rumble, just type in Naturally Inspired Radio 24/7. It'll come up. Make sure you subscribe. When you subscribe, it helps us push it out to more people and connect more people to real solutions for health. So appreciate you doing that. Drop us a comment, share it with a friend. Anybody you know could benefit from real solutions for health. Okay, a couple other points I want to make about good old Pierre. Well, first, let me say this, okay? I think the best we can hope for now from what's happened in Canada, because it is completely under the influence of China. Trump's not going to put up with that. We know that. And what I've learned is if you want to understand what Trump is doing, think nothing but business. Study business, read his book, The Art of the Deal. You will totally start to understand why Trump does what he does. He is a businessman, first and foremost. He's always thinking, how can I get the best possible outcome for my country, my people, my ownership, right? How can I get the best possible outcome for that? And that's why he thinks, he's so methodical, floats the idea of 51st state. Everybody thinks it's a joke. Oh, crazy Trump. Crazy Trump, right? No, he's serious. You know why? Because he's looked at the playbook here. He can see China moving into Canada. He doesn't want that, right? He sees that Canada has resources. He sees that they cannot operate without the support of America. What's the best business move here? Let's buy them, right? I mean, that I know. I'm not saying I agree with it. Trust me. I don't want Canada to become a 51st state. I want Canada to be sovereign. I want the old Canada. That's my problem. I want the old Canada, and the old Canada doesn't exist anymore. So what's the best possible thing? I think it's to become the 51st state. But here's why that's problematic as well. If Canada becomes the 51st state, well, there's a lot of problems, but this is the one that bothers me most. And I don't think Trump's thinking of this. Maybe he is. I don't know. He probably is. But this is what I don't like about it. Let me say that. That will start a chain reaction of one country buying another country, essentially. And what I'm concerned about here is, and it says it in the Bible, right, that we'll have 10 nations. This is the new world order that we fear, that we're concerned about. And that is my concern. He takes over, America takes over Canada. It starts to align this movement of the new world order. It starts to set a precedent of this. And it may cause other countries to form alliances in that way. And then what are we looking at? We're looking at a global government. A global government, right? A new world order. Do you see how this is all lining up? Very concerned about that. Very concerned about that. So that's why I think it's not a good idea. But at the same time, I see what's happening in Canada. I mean, so many people I know are calling it Chinata. Like it's a funny joke, but it's not, because that's how much influence China has over Canada. So when you factor that in, and many Canadians that may be listening to this are going, yeah, we know that. But I don't think a lot of Americans may know that. We just don't get the coverage on Canada here. First of all, you have to go looking for it. And Trump hasn't been talking Canada really like it's a pressing issue either. He has this sit down with Mark Carney the other day, and, he's praising Mark Carney. Of course he is. He's Trump. He's negotiating. You think he likes Mark Carney? Trump likes who he can do business with, and that, he likes to set the stage for that business deal. So I don't know, but it really makes me think that Pierre was probably a fake candidate, and that the whole thing has been contrived. And I think it was yesterday, I played a clip from Ian Carroll where it talked about the monopolization of these huge corporations, right? the think tank for the megacorp, which is essentially what we're dealing with now with the crossover of BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. All the corporations they're invested in each other's success. So it's like one big corporation, the corporation. And the WEF is their think tank. That's how they come together and design the next marketing campaign, like net zero or climate change. So maybe it was all a setup. I don't really know. Sure looks that way. I can't imagine who would not go on the biggest platform in the world to talk about their candidacy and to spread the message about their issue. Doesn't make sense. It's really a big sign here. So it'll be interesting to see what unfolds over the next little while when it comes to Canada. A lot of things could happen. And I don't know. Makes me so sad. Dane Wigington, if you don't know the name Dane Wigington, he has been a pillar in exposing chemtrails and exposing weather modification for, gosh, I don't know how long. I think, when I think back, I think some of the first videos that Jason ever sent me on chemtrails and stuff were probably from Dane. Of course, we love Matt Landman too. He's another great resource if you want to learn about chemtrails. Matt Landman, Dane Wigington, both dedicated to this issue. Man, he's been at it a long time. This must be a incredible point for him, because we're finally getting like mainstream recognition about weather modification, about chemtrails. And chemtrails is one of those issues that a lot of people had a hard time believing. Why would they do that? There'd have to be a lot of people in on that if they were doing that, you know? And then just recently we saw Bobby Kennedy come out and say, you know, it's not the HHS that's doing it. It's not the HHS. It's not, you know, the government, this agency that I'm involved with doing it. But that doesn't mean it's not DARPA. That doesn't mean it isn't private companies conducting research on a contract basis for government entities. See, there's a lot of workarounds. And so it's great that people or states like Tennessee and many more states now are starting to ban chemtrails. But at the federal level, it's not banned. And so it's almost like it's ceremonial, you know? So at this point, because at the federal level, I mean, it's not like there's a line in the sky, right? that says, oh, okay, no chemtrails here once we get to Tennessee, right? If they're still spraying all of the surrounding areas, then we're still being sprayed upon, and weather modification is still happening. So super important that we bring awareness to this issue and start talking about it. And yes, it's real. Weather modification is real. Chemtrails are real. Very interesting stuff to consider when we look back at some of the natural events that have happened. You know, I'm talking about what happened in Maui, what happened with Hurricane Helene in the mountains, for goodness sakes. Anyway, I have some stuff to share with you. I have a clip to share with you from Dane Wigington. We'll get to it right after the break. We have so much coming up today. We're going to talk CRISPR, our health topic. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss it.
Have you heard about the powerful health benefits of medicinal mushrooms? Take our preferred medicinal mushrooms for immune support, gut health, antioxidant properties, stress and sleep, heart health, liver protection, blood sugar regulation, cholesterol reduction, anti-cancer properties, cognitive health, mood and mental health, heart health, antibacterial and antiviral, and so much more. Available in easy-to-take capsules, great-tasting gummies, and our special coffee blends.
Since adding these mushrooms to my daily routine, my cholesterol levels have improved, and I feel more confident about my heart health.
Taking one of these blends before bed has been a game changer. I fall asleep faster and I wake up feeling truly refreshed.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order 720-303-8868. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions. Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. Amazing products and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit NaturallyInspiredHealthSummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the simple radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. NaturallyInspiredRadio.com.
You guys, my motto for 2025 is have more fun. And I know we're a few months in. And I made that promise to myself in 2025. I'm going to have more fun. It needs to be about fun. Coming out of the darkness here after COVID, I just realized, life's too short. We've got to make it fun. We have to have more fun. So look at me, Dork Central. This is my little mocktail. I'm doing my little mocktails with my cellular reset. And it's very tasty, very tasty. We talked about cellular reset last night on the wellness workshop. Superpower antioxidant. So important that you manage your oxidative stress. But also, ageless living is what we're calling it. I want it to be fun. I deal with people who are, struggling with their health. I know there's a lot of sorrow and a lot of pain with what people are going through, and I'm happy to help. I am honored to help people through their journey. But we also need the contrast of fun and lightheartedness when it comes to our health. And so that's why I'm really getting into the ageless stuff. Naturally, of course. Naturally ageless, because it hurts my heart too to see so many people relying on pharmaceuticals to achieve better aesthetics when they're not being told, they're not being given informed consent. Once again, it's a money-making opportunity for big pharma. And so I decided I'm going to do something about that because that could really be fun. really teaching people about skincare, why your skin ages, what you can do to prevent it, all in like a fun way, right? And it boosts up your health as well, just by default when you're going for an aesthetic that's, geared towards agelessness. It just so happens that it impacts your health synergistically. So what I'm doing is next Wednesday night, I am going to do a Beauty Without Pharma little class. We're going to talk skincare. We're going to talk peptide wands and all these different tools that I'm trying out. It's so exciting. And, that we have these tools to try and fun, it's a lifestyle. We have to build a lifestyle that's fun, that we enjoy in order to achieve optimum health. It can't be doom and gloom. It can't be, deprivation where I can't have this and I can't have that. And this isn't any, no. It's got to be about what we can add in. That's fun and that brings us results. So if you want more information about my Zoom that I'll be doing next Wednesday, Ageless Beauty, Beauty Without Pharma, then just text me 720-303-8868. And I'm happy to save your spot in it. It's going to be so fun. And this tastes fantastic, actually. I really like it. It's so good. It's a little mocktail. That's what I'm talking about. There's another product that Jason just tried, and it's like a glow up. What's it called? A glow up latte. And he's like, this is so good. I'm like, yeah, see, we need more of that. We need more of the healthy stuff that we enjoy, that we look forward to, that makes us happy, because that's truly living a lifestyle that you can do forever. All this begrudging deprivation type of mindset when it comes to health, I'm not down with it. It's about quality of life. And so I think doing these little Zoom calls and open houses are going to be a lot of fun, and I invite you to them. So 720-303-8868 if that sounds like something you want to join in on. Okay, so let's get to Dane Wigington. I have a clip that I want to share with you. And let's just go straight to it, and then we'll talk about it. This is Dane Wigington exposing the truth about Hurricane Helene.
If you can do so, could you tell us about some of your recent discussions, conversations, briefings that you've had with political leaders from the states in question that have asked you what you think? First of all, what did they specifically ask you, if you can tell us, and how did they respond to your answers?
Yes, Colonel McGregor, I had an hour conference call yesterday with the representatives and senators from the Carolinas, and we presented the data to them to answer their questions about how this manipulation occurs. They realized this was not a natural event. They're trying to digest the fact that their states were literally under assault from weather modification operations that are clearly connected with DoD operations, and we can speculate again on the agendas and objectives being carried out, but the fact that the storm was manipulated is absolutely inarguable. We know that technology to stop these rotations from even occurring has existed for decades with the manipulation of atmospheric pressure zones. HAARP in Alaska is one example many people are familiar with. That's an ionosphere heater. That's a weapon of mass destruction.
A weapon of mass destruction. If you don't know about HAARP, you gotta kind of look into HAARP. A lot of people don't know what goes on, and this technology has existed since the 60s. Some even speculate that a variation of it was out there in the 40s. So if you think of that, how long? I mean, what? Wow. What do you think they have now? What do you think they have now? If they could make it rain or modify or do cloud seeding back in the 40s and for sure in the 60s, because we have documentation of that. What do you think they can do now? And what I can't understand, is that why is everything so freaking secretive? Why is it so secretive, right? I mean, if you have this kind of innovation, imagine if you told the public that we have this kind of innovation. And I understand, security, right? Homeland security. I understand that. But like other countries, if we've had it this long, obviously other countries have it. And so why the secrecy around it? What a unifier, advancement, going to the moon, for example. But that united the country, right? When we went to the moon, it united the country. I mean, everyone was gathered around their TVs to watch the moon landing. So if we had a technology like weather modification and we could actually use it for good, like, helping grow food or, putting out fires, for goodness sakes, right? I mean, I could think of a lot of good things that could come from weather modification. But so why wouldn't you share that? Why wouldn't you openly discuss that amongst, the mainstream? Hey, look at what we've discovered. It's because the only possible reasoning behind that is because you're doing something wrong with it. You're doing something wrong with it. Perhaps it's not safe for humans. You don't hide things unless you got a reason to hide them. And that's what we should be asking right now about weather modification. We know it exists. It's been confirmed that it exists. So why is it being hidden? Why has it been hidden? Why isn't this on the nightly news? How come it hasn't been on the nightly news since when it was first? Look at what we can do. You don't have to give us all the details of how you're doing it. I understand the concept of homeland security, but here's the thing. You have completely lost the trust of the American people. Nobody trusts you anymore. Nobody trusts you anymore because you were caught in massive cover-ups, massive corruption, massive fraudulent spending. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, what's been exposed. So if you want to regain some trust, perhaps start with some transparency. But do they want to regain trust? I don't think they care because they still think that they can use fear and coercion to make people do what they want them to do. You can only use that so long before the people break. I hope they will address this in a transparent way. If we continue to have Bobby in HHS, I think we will. I think there's a lot of people now that know this needs to be addressed. We need to have agency over what's being sprayed on us. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back for your naturally inspired moment. You're not going to want to miss it.
Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions. Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. Amazing products and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit NaturallyInspiredHealthSummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com/mushroom. That's NaturallyInspiredRadio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. NaturallyInspiredRadio.com.
If you want, take advantage of the free assessment. I have a free Consciously Clean health assessment. You can get your health score at NaturallyInspiredStore.com, or you can book an assessment with me. 30 minutes, we go through an assessment, gives us a score of where you're at in different areas of your life in order to get on the path for optimum health. So I am helping people find their way through gut issues, skin issues, stiffness, all kinds of different issues, stuff that what I call medical wreckage, right? They've had all the tests done. They've had all the advice. They've tried all the things, and yet they still don't have the results that they want. And the truth of the matter is, Jason and I were talking about this today at our morning meeting. Why aren't people getting the results they want? They're going all these places, and why can't they get the results that they want? The truth of the matter is that you're the most qualified to guide your healing journey. And we're looking for other people to guide us, when we're in crisis or when we are dealing with nagging issues that are chronic. We think everyone else has the answers. And yes, you have to facilitate health, right? You have to set the conditions for health with exterior things. You have to supplement, you have to move your body, you have to manage your sleep, you have to eat good whole foods, you have to get enough nutrition, right? You have to have all those components, but you also have to address your nervous system, right? You have to address how you think about your health. There's so many variables. And I think when we go to a standard practitioner, they're not looking at you as a synergistic being, that there's all these variables that equate, you feeling good. And they're just addressing the things that are the outside things that they can fix. Here, take this, you will do this test, we'll do that. And then ultimately, it doesn't get resolved. And then you're left worrying about it and just living with that lower quality of life. You are going to take personal responsibility for your health. You are going to be a relentless researcher, like me, a relentless researcher, until you realize that you're in the driver's seat, right? You're in the driver's seat of your results. And so that's what I do. I walk alongside people and I help them find their way through the issues that are nagging them. And we do that through a number of ways. You know, you become a customer of Naturally Inspired. You get access to the weekly wellness workshops where we talk about all of these issues, all of these chronic issues. And you can pop in whenever you want. That's the beauty of it. Or 2, you can work with me one-on-one and book a 1-hour session with me. Or 3, you can do an assessment and I can develop a 30-day plan for you. So there's 3 different ways that you can work with me. That is how I'm helping people with Naturally Inspired and changing the medical model. All right, let's get to the Naturally Inspired moment. Today I'm talking about purpose. You hear this everywhere. What's my purpose? Especially when we're in our 20s, right? Because I have some young adults. I revisited in my mind when I was in my 20s, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do with my life. Right? Remember that phase? And then I think some people actually never get out of that phase. I've chatted with some people about purpose who are in their 50s or 60s, and they're like, I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And that's okay. It's never too late to find purpose. So I started examining this topic of purpose because a lot of people talk about it. But I don't really see a lot of people talking about some real reasons why you need to find your purpose. We all kind of have this little piece in us that's like, oh yeah, purpose. I want to plug into my purpose. But why is that feeling there? Why is that feeling even there? And so I jotted down a bunch of reasons why I think it's important that you connect to your purpose. First of all, it grounds you. Like I was saying about Pierre Poilievre, right? Like if you're all like, I'm obsessed with my mission. I'm obsessed with it. It's like takes up a lot of my thoughts because I'm obsessed with it. That's how I know it's my purpose. And my purpose grounds me because that's what I know I'm working on. You know? So I don't get too excited about people trying to tear me down or, other whatever people say mean things, or I don't even pay attention to that because I got a mission. I got a purpose, and it's super important. So you need the purpose so that it grounds you, so that you can keep the noise out of your life. Second of all, it gets you out serving something other than materialism. We live in a very materialistic world, and a lot of the way we express our success is through material items. Meh. I mean, I'm so far behind the times at this point. I don't even know the cool bags or the cool jewelry or whatever. Like, don't get me wrong, I love nice things, but who cares? That at the end of the day, nobody's coming to your funeral and saying, she had the nicest Louis Vuitton collection I've ever seen in my life. So a purpose gets you out of serving materialism. That's why we need it. Viktor Frankl wrote about his experience in a concentration camp in 9 days. And if you haven't read his book, Man's Search for Meaning, it is clear why it is so important to nail down a purpose. If he hadn't had a purpose to take care of people in the camp, probably wouldn't have made it. He couldn't think about the horrific, horrendous stuff that was going on. He lived in his own world day by day, purpose, trying to keep people alive in there, trying to serve people inside the camp. And that's what kept him alive. Purpose. So now apply that to your own life and think about it from this standpoint. A purpose is self-organizing. When you get up in the morning, you know what you're doing because you gotta you're directed by your purpose. It provides direction for every day instead of an aimless wandering based on outside circumstances that we have no control over. And trust me, everybody is pining for your attention. So whatever you're watching on your screen, they're trying to grab your attention. Everywhere you go, they're trying to grab your attention, You're like a ping pong ball. Boing, 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 right? When you don't have a purpose. Now, I when I was writing all this stuff down, I thought, when I was raising my kids, oh man, when they were little, super focused on my purpose. My purpose was being their mom. I got up in the morning. I knew what I had to do because I was their mom and they needed me, right? So when you're raising a kid, the purpose is totally clear. It's when it's not as clear as in the physical is when we struggle. We start questioning it because we let outside influence. Well, you can't do that because it won't make any money. Trap. That's a trap. Well, you can't do that. It won't work for you. We start focusing on the how. How will this work? How am I going to do that? I'm here to tell you the how is not your job. Your job is the purpose. When you focus on the purpose, the how starts to reveal itself. Oh, there's an opportunity. I'm going to take that. Yep, I'm talking to this person for a reason. I'm going to act on it. So there's a lot of people looking and searching for purpose. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. You've got to silence the noise, the how part. How are you going to do that? You can't make any money doing that. You cannot focus on the how. You have to focus on the purpose. While others may have a purpose, oh, I really want to work in health. I really want to help people. I really want to do this. I really want to do that. They may lack system. And purpose without a system can also be a problem. They're a marriage. When we come back, let's talk a little bit more about purpose. I want to get into seven strategies to really dial in your purpose. You're listening and watching to Naturally Inspired Radio. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. NaturallyInspiredRadio.com.
Nearly 40% of Americans struggle with a $400 emergency expense. An extra $300 a month can be the difference between stability and financial stress.
Are you feeling the pinch of rising expenses? Imagine what an extra $300, $500, or even $1,000 a month can do for you. Introducing a simple 3-step system designed to help you create a steady income without the overwhelm. Step 1, follow our easy-to-use plan. Step 2, take small, consistent actions. Step 3, stay motivated with weekly coaching designed to keep you on track and moving forward. Whether you're saving for a family vacation, paying down debt, or just looking for breathing room, this system is for you. You don't need special skills, just the desire to make change. Join a growing community of success stories today. Visit simpleincome.info or text 720-764-7448.
Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions. Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. Amazing products and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit NaturallyInspiredHealthSummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Did you know that carbon-60 is 172 times more powerful than vitamin C as an antioxidant? This powerful molecule is scientifically proven to neutralize free radicals, reduce inflammation, and promote optimal energy. How does it work? C60 fights oxidative stress, the root cause of aging and disease, helping your body repair and rejuvenate naturally. It's like giving your cells a protective shield. Here's what our listeners have to say. Mike from Denver says,
C60 in olive oil has been perfect as my daily detox. I feel cleaner, lighter, and more energized every day.
Sarah from Houston says,
The C60 topical spray is incredible. I apply it to sore joints, and within minutes, the pain and inflammation starts to fade.
Order now at c60.com or call 720-600-6040. Use coupon code TAMMY, T-A-M-M-Y, for a special discount.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit PumpkinCreekRanchCo.com or call 970-658-0176.
Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, cell health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com/mushroom. That's NaturallyInspiredRadio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com or for the best mobile experience, download the simple radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. NaturallyInspiredRadio.com.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Have you heard that I wrote a children's book? I did. It's entitled Rosa's Happy Homestead. I wrote it to help parents and families reconnect their children to something very important and near and dear to my heart. Nature, farms, real food. In a world where many kids are growing up disconnected from where their food comes from even. I recall several stories through the years where I had kids at my house that didn't know that chickens, laid eggs in a coop and that you could actually eat them right from the coop. That was a foreign idea to them. That's when I realized that we really have to bring our kids back to nature. So through Rosa's journey, children will learn how everything in nature works together, and they'll discover just how important it is to support small farms and natural living. It's a story of connection, curiosity, and care for the land, something every child deserves to experience. You can pre-order your signed hardback copy right now for just $29 at NaturallyInspiredRadio.com. When you pre-order, you get a digital PDF download right away, so you can start kind of piquing the interest of your little ones. And I'll personally sign your copy when it comes in and ship it right to your door. So go to NaturallyInspiredRadio.com and pre-order Rosa's Happy Homestead today. Help me inspire a whole new generation to love and care for the land around them. Be so grateful that you do. So something's going on X right now. Casey Means has been announced as Trump's Surgeon General. We're going to talk about it. But first, I just want to finish up on the Naturally Inspired moment. I want to make sure you have some activities. So if you listen to this, because it's important, jot this down and just check in. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like, I really don't know what I want to do when I grow up, here's a good 7-step system to try to narrow it in. Number 1, write down the activities you enjoy. The things that you enjoy doing, write them down. Number 2, when do you feel most satisfied? Is it when you've built something, put something together? Is it after having a conversation about a specific topic? When are you feeling satisfied? And write that down. What are your strengths? Are you great with numbers? Are you great with patterns? Are you great communicator? Can you retain information? Do you have a good memory? Like all of the different strengths that you can possibly imagine. And don't think too much about it. I often think that we get, oh no, maybe that's not right. We start erasing stuff. Just let your mind free and write this stuff down intuitively. What are you most proud of accomplishing? Of all the things, what are some things that you're most proud of accomplishing? And could you teach that to someone else? It's a good place to start. Any cause or issue that, resonates deeply with you, that's a good place. What really gets you fired up? What would motivate? What motivates you? What do you wish you could be a part of changing or contributing to? And what would you do if you did not have to think of how you would do it? So like if you just thought, man, it'd be cool to be the king of England, right? But you didn't have to worry about the how. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about the how. Think about what you could do if there were no parameters around you. And the last one, I think this is so powerful. Number 7, what do you want to be remembered by? And if you can't break that one down, what do I want to be remembered by? If you can't come up with something, who is gone, no longer here with us, that you admire? And ask yourself why you admire them. That's a great way to understand what kind of legacy you want to leave behind, and dial in your purpose. Again, don't forget, it's more than just a foo-foo thing like, oh, find my purpose in life. It is really what grounds you to your day-to-day activities. And it keeps a lot of negativity out when you're focused on a purpose. It's easy to be distracted when you don't have a driving force. And that's why I always talk about a compelling future. Have to find one. All right, breaking news. I think I've always wanted to say that. Breaking news. So Dr. Casey Means has been appointed as Trump's Surgeon General. And just in the break there, I was looking through some tweets and some messaging on X, and I can already see the division. Right, you have one camp that is coming right out and saying she never even finished her residency. She's not a practicing doctor. She's never been a practicing doctor. She was, parachuted into the MAHA movement, came out of nowhere. Yeah, I agree. I agree with all that. So it's interesting because you have Dr. Jack Kruse, saying that. You have Dr. Mary Bowden saying that. You have a number of people that are saying, "What? Like this lady isn't even a doctor. This is a ridiculous choice," right? And I agree with you. Now, just hold right there. You got to look at who's supporting her, right? You got to look at who's supporting her. And without naming any names, well, maybe I'll name one. Dr. Robert Malone seems pretty happy about her getting that position. And it's interesting because I can see a pattern here. They've been on Rogan. Her and her brother have been on Rogan. They've been on Tucker. They've been front and center in the MAHA movement, really, over the last, few months of Trump's campaign. And so this makes me think Trump's all about strategy and he's all about business. So what do these two bring to the table? What are they bringing to the table? There's accusations from people on X already that they're CIA. Are they? I don't know. But you're going to see the division. So there's going to be camp pro Casey and Callie Means, and there's going to be camp against Casey and Callie Means. And what I think about it is let's look at the patterns and see what's trying to be achieved here. What's the goal? What's trying to be achieved here? And once we find out what those two bring to the table, we'll be able to see it. Now, they have a tech background. And, when you start thinking about Trump and his business, right? He's one track mind when it comes to business. What's the best outcome for the country financially, economically? He strategizes in this way. So AI and medical are one. We played yesterday that clip from Elon where he kind of dodged that question when Lara Trump was like, the medical advancements of AI. He kind of dodged it. This is a very hot topic for everybody, right? Because we know about transhumanism. We know that there's the potential of complete digital slavery through biotech. And that's a concern for everybody. And we know that that's the mechanism they're going to use. It's health. It's medical. And, but on the other hand, we have to be at the cutting edge of AI, because if we're not at the cutting edge of AI, then China will be. So we're really in a precarious situation. The question is, why are these two being pushed into the front? What's the agenda? What do they bring to the table? Yeah, they they're pro-health, all that stuff, make America healthy again. Yeah, there's a lot of people that way, and a lot of people that have a lot more years in the movement than these two. So our question should be, what are they bringing to the deal? Because this is all about deals, people. It's all about deals. America is a business. So what does Trump see in them? We'll be back. This is Naturally Inspired Radio. Stay tuned.
Have you heard about the powerful health benefits of medicinal mushrooms? Take our preferred medicinal mushrooms for immune support, gut health, antioxidant properties, stress and sleep, heart health, liver protection, blood sugar regulation, cholesterol reduction, anti-cancer properties, cognitive health, mood and mental health, heart health, antibacterial and antiviral, and so much more. Available in easy-to-take capsules, great-tasting gummies, and our special coffee blends.
Since adding these mushrooms to my daily routine, my cholesterol levels have improved, and I feel more confident about my heart health.
Taking one of these blends before bed has been a game changer. I fall asleep faster and I wake up feeling truly refreshed.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order 720-303-8868. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com/mushroom.
Did you know that 60% of American adults live with at least one chronic disease? At Inside Health, they take the mystery out of wellness with extensive testing and customized lifestyle plans, all from the comfort of your home.
I've struggled with low energy and digestive issues for years, and no doctor could give me real answers. Working with Inside Health was a game changer.
As a mom, I'm always putting my family's health first, but I was neglecting my own. Inside Health changed that. I started feeling better almost immediately.
Inside Health services help you and your family achieve whole body health with non-invasive personalized care. They listen to your concerns and health goals. They will pinpoint areas where your body needs support. They will create a simple, actionable plan just for you. Call them today, 970-685-8060, or visit InsideHealth.com.
Did you know that carbon-60 is 172 times more powerful than vitamin C as an antioxidant? This powerful molecule is scientifically proven to neutralize free radicals, reduce inflammation, and promote optimal energy. How does it work? C60 fights oxidative stress, the root cause of aging and disease, helping your body repair and rejuvenate naturally. It's like giving your cells a protective shield. Here's what our listeners have to say. Mike from Denver says,
C60 in olive oil has been perfect as my daily detox. I feel cleaner, lighter, and more energized every day.
Sarah from Houston says,
The C60 topical spray is incredible. I apply it to sore joints, and within minutes, the pain and inflammation starts to fade.
Order now at c60.com or call 720-600-6040. Use coupon code TAMMY, TAMMY, for a special.
Get your cellular reset. Imagine, I want you to think about this. I was just drinking mine, and I want you to think about this. Imagine that your body is like a bustling city. Every building, every street, every light is powered by little tiny energy factories called cells. And inside those energy factories are power plants power plant called mitochondria. It's what keeps your city alive and running and zipping. But over time, the traffic gets worse in your city. Trash piles up, pollution, fire breaks out, random places. That's inflammation, right? Caused by environmental factors like pollution and oxidative stress, right? That's the result of it all. And your city's blueprint, your DNA, starts to wear down. So imagine every day someone sends in a cleanup crew. A bunch of smart workers that have special tools that just go around, clean everything up, right? Like little scanners. That's what our cellular reset does. It clears out the trash with the oxidative stress, puts out fires with the inflammation, repairs the blueprint with the DNA, restores power to your energy plants in your mitochondria. So within days, your city starts to run smoother and the lights are brighter. You feel younger. That's our cellular reset. So plug into it, NaturallyInspiredStore.com. You can check it out, take the assessment so you can get a full scope of where you may be falling short with your health. Is it, you too much toxic exposure through, what you're using in your house? It's always good to live in prevention, right? And this is a great way to do that with the cellular reset. So check it out today. If you have questions, text me 720-303-8868. In the chat, I'm just seeing why was Dr. Casey Means so last minute? Because there was another pick, right? Well, we've had several picks. I mean, my pick was Latipo. I wanted Joe Latipo. I mean, I thought that was amazing. And the day before the hearing, we get this, switcheroo. So I'm telling you, okay, negotiating. I mean, this stuff happens. If you've ever negotiated, a few real estate deals, you know how things work. It can be last minute, somebody's not happy about something, and you better do this or I'm pulling out, right? And so that's what happened. So what is it that the Meanses are bringing to the table? That's the question. I think it has something to do with the technology piece. But we'll see. We'll see. It doesn't do us any good to project or speculate, It doesn't. I've been there before. I'm not criticizing anybody for doing that. But I've been there before where I'm like, gosh, I think it's probably because of this or whatever. We need more signs. We need more signs on this one to figure out where this is going. We're not getting away from technology. That's for certain. I would have rather see Joe Latipo in there for sure. But let's see what these guys are bringing to the table, because you can rest assured it's got something to do about some kind of negotiation tactic. Absolutely, it does. Okay, I have another story I want to talk about. CRISPR. You guys, this freaks me out. So I'm always watching the biotech news. And I'm going to have to put my glasses on for this one. The biotech news on fiercebiotech.com. The latest headline is that there's a CRISPR gene therapy, okay? A CRISPR therapeutics that is seeing an 80% fall in LDL triglycerides after in vivo liver gene editing. Yeah. So, this is the allopathic model. I don't know what to say. Like, this is all they know how to do. They don't get to root cause. They just think of ways that they can, fix it from the outside. We'll just, alter your genes. We'll just get in there and alter. This completely ignores epigenetics. With epigenetics, we know that you are not the expression solely of your genes. You are an expression of your lifestyle. So your genes may load the gun, as the saying goes. Your genes may put you at risk. Like when I had my genetics done, I learned that I'm susceptible to chemicals and stuff. And that's a valuable piece of information. It doesn't mean that, chemicals are going to kill me. It means that I have a little bit of a snip in my genome that makes me a little bit more vulnerable to chemicals. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I am conscious about the chemicals that I'm around, right? I don't use anything that's not, chemical free in my household. I don't use any of it. I don't use any harsh chemicals and stuff because I know I need to upregulate those genes. I need to support them, not tax them. So just by knowing your genes, you can live a lifestyle to upregulate your genes and make them stronger. This scenario of just like cutting your genome, I'm gonna just cut that out. What's the consequence of that, eh? We don't know. But we're going to go ahead anyway. I mean, to me, if you study the pattern of biology and study the pattern of nature, you can see that it's very synergistic, right? One thing mirrors the next. It's absolutely fascinating. Just like the doctrine of signature. If you look at a food like a carrot, this is in my book, by the way, for the children's book. If you see, you slice a carrot, and you make a little, gem, a little quarter-sized gem of a carrot. When you look at this inside of a carrot, it literally looks like an eye. And it just so happens that all the nutrition in a carrot supports your eyes. There are patterns all over nature, cueing us into them, mirroring humanity and nature. They mirror each other. And it's all the way through our body. One thing, we have cofactors, for goodness sakes. It's not like, it's not like you just take one nutrient and that's just like, that's all you need, right? No, each nutrient is dependent on a cofactor that helps your body absorb it and put it to use in the best possible way. So, it's kind of like a stack of Jenga here. Oh, we can just take this out, take that out, and no, it'll still be fine. No, you're weakening the whole thing. You're weakening the whole thing. And why do they do that? Because they're arrogant and they're ignorant and they don't have belief in the biology of a human. They want to solve death because they have no faith. And that's the only way I can make it make sense in my head. So here's the article that I'm talking about here. CRISPR Therapeutics has reported reductions in triglycerides and LDL cholesterol of more than 80% after a single dose of its in vivo liver editing prospect, CTX310. Who doesn't want that? 3TX10. Oh, gosh. Encouraging the company to forge ahead with its dose escalation. Oh, yeah, why not? Bump it up. CTX310 targets ANGPTL3, a gene that encodes for a protein involved in the regulation of LDL cholesterol. Drug developers are coming at the target from a variety of angles. Regeneron's antibody Evzekia hits ANGPTL3, as do siRNA therapies in development at Arrowhead Pharmaceuticals, Eli Lilly. CRISPR-TX and Verve Therapeutics are leading efforts to knock out hepatic ANGPTL3 expression through in vivo editing. CRISPR-TX shared data on the first 10 participants of its ANGPTL3 candidate, CTX310, as part of its financial results for the first quarter. The study enrolled patients across 4 diseases associated with elevated levels of LDL or triglycerides. Based on ANGPTL3 knockdown, CRISPR-TX concluded the 2 lowest doses were minimally active. You guys, talk about playing with fire. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. Stay tuned. Don't change your genes while I'm gone. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions, Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. Amazing products and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit NaturallyInspiredHealthSummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. NaturallyInspiredRadio.com.
So most of us are buying supplements. Most of us are buying soap for our house. We're buying laundry detergent. Some of us spend hours in the aisles of the stores trying to squint to read all of the ingredients and all of this stuff. How do I know that? Because I used to do it. And it's overwhelming, and you're not even sure if what you're getting is real. We've talked about greenwashing here a lot. And, it's hard. It's hard to know. So I've taken the guesswork out of it for you. I have partnered with a company that tests for over 2,400 different contaminants and chemicals. Everything on the store is tested for over 2,400 different chemicals and contaminants. Not only that, but you're buying this stuff anyway. And so I'm inviting you to shop with Naturally Inspired so you can become part of the movement of changing the medical model. It's so important that we tap out of this broken system and send them a message. And you do that when you shop with Naturally Inspired. It's easy. All you have to do is go to NaturallyInspiredStore.com. You can click on one of the products. It'll take you over to the website where you can shop. You can type in what you're looking for, or you can buy one of the bundles that I've put together. I've put together a beauty without pharma bundle. I've put together a clean bundle for your household stuff. I've put together an energy bundle. And as I try more of these products, I'll be pairing them for simplicity, where you can just go and shop. And you get member rewards when you shop, meaning you get free products, you get cash back. There is a guarantee, an empty bottle lifetime guarantee on all of these products. You don't like it, you send it back, you get your money back. That's one of the reasons, just one of the many reasons I partnered with this company. They stand by what they do. And I love that. And together we're shaping culture in America, changing where people shop, getting them a better product that's resulting in better health outcomes. So visit Naturally Inspired Store today. If you want to send me a text, so you need a little guidance, text me 720-303-8868, or take the Consciously Clean assessment. It's fun. It's like 22 questions, but it'll show you exactly where you may be exposed in your household stuff, in your nutrition, in your movement. So it's kind of a fun quiz. And if you have questions about it, just text me afterwards. I'm happy to plug you in. 720-303-8868. If you want to take the Consciously Clean assessment, go to NaturallyInspiredStore.com. You'll see a little graphic there. Click on it and get started today. Okay, let's get back to some stories here. I have another story. So CRISPR freaks me out. That's terrifying. You know, people are cutting their genome up, and apparently that's totally fine. We have no idea the long-term ramifications of that. I think the best we can hope for right now is protecting our own sovereignty. If you want to do that, have at it. But we need to focus on protecting our own sovereignty to make our own choices when it comes to this stuff. Not sure that, the Trump administration is focused on that, focused on our freedoms as much as they are focused on business. Now, I hope that's where Bobby comes in, Bobby Kennedy Jr. and a lot of Trump's administration. I'm not saying anything bad about Trump. I'm just saying, he is kind of a one-track mind kind of guy. And he may not be seeing that as an issue because he is so focused on economy. That was my hope by getting Bobby Kennedy in there, that this would kind of what about this? We need to be aware of this. That's my hope anyway. And some people listening are thinking, well, she's delusional. That ain't happening. I love you, my black pillars. I love you. But that's my hope, okay? I'm entitled to it. It's my opinion. Let's move on to this is a very fast, oh my gosh, say a prayer for me because I'm trying to get Dr. Makis to the Health Summit and he's incredibly busy. And right now he's just responding kind of with one words. So I'm really hoping I can get him there because if you don't know who Dr. William Makis is, you need to go follow him on X right now. You need to go follow him on X right now. He's doing incredible things. So I'll share this with you. This is super interesting. I'm not making health claims here. I am not. I wouldn't dream of it. I'm not making health claims. I don't give medical advice. I just think this is an interesting clip and I want to share it with you. So take a listen.
Ivermectin cream is actually FDA approved for the treatment of rosacea. A lot of people don't know that, but ivermectin cream is actually FDA approved. Your dermatologist can prescribe it. Now, Of course, the doctors hesitate to prescribe it, but it's a 1% ivermectin cream. You could treat rosacea. The ivermectin horse paste is actually 1.87%, so it's stronger. It's almost twice as strong. You can literally use it for any inflammatory or autoimmune skin condition. It'll treat cystic acne, which is the worst possible acne you can have, and it'll clear it completely. It'll clear eczema. Like I said, in many cases, it will clear psoriasis. But most impressive of all, it will clear skin cancers. And I now have tons of testimonials from patients who had either basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, melanoma. They started applying the horse paste twice a day. Within a couple of weeks, you see the lesion, the skin lesions start changing. You can see it. Just after a couple of weeks of application, the lesion starts changing, it starts getting smaller, and after a month or two, it may fall off completely and it's gone. You can treat any skin cancer with ivermectin paste, the horse paste, the $8-9 horse paste that you get at whatever veterinary supply.
Interesting. Again, I'm not giving medical advice. I would love to have Dr. Makis come to the Health Summit. So, he can talk to you just about his work. That's all I'm saying here. That is all I am saying here. I think it's interesting. I think many practitioners, medical doctors included, have some very interesting things to say about cancer when it comes to fungus and parasites and things like that. I think they're very interesting, and I would love to have a conversation about it. And I also know that cancer treatment is very lucrative, the current one. I know, it's just disgusting to think. Could this have been could this have, and I'm just asking the question. Like, could we be so locked into a system because this is the system we know, this is the assumed system, that the only thing that works, and all these nonprofits are tied to it, and this is the way we learn about cancer, and so could it be that we're so locked inside that treatment system that we just maybe don't want to look at anything else? Or maybe we just assume that nothing else works because, we've been in a fight for cancer for a long time. Fight against cancer, right? We've been in this fight. I mean, we've thrown billions of dollars at this. And yet we're not any closer, really. We have treatments that extend life. But I think the survival rate still is kind of stuck at 5 years with a lot of them, right? 5 years of survival is a success, is what I mean. So if you live through treatment and then you live 5 years, that's considered a success. I don't know. I know it's a very emotionally charged topic because I don't know anybody that cancer hasn't impacted them in some way, shape, or form. So, I don't know, do with that what you will. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. When we come back, we have our health topic. Today, I'm talking about healthy kids, 7 steps to raise them. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to take your health to the next level? Join us for the 2025 Naturally Inspired Health Summit, the #1 rated health event in Colorado. Saturday, June 28th, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, June 29th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18 powerhouse speakers, 55 business booths, 25 breakout sessions. Sunday's farmers market with 20 vendors, Saturday evening networking and dance party.
The Naturally Inspired Health Summit was life-changing. The energy, the speakers, and the connections I made were incredible. I left with real, actionable solutions for my health and business.
This event was exactly what I needed. So many inspiring speakers like Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Lee Merritt, Dr. Carrie Made, and so many more. amazing products, and a community that truly cares about real health solutions.
High energy, positive community, real solutions for health. Get your tickets now. Want to participate and show your message? Visit NaturallyInspiredHealthSummit.com or text 720-764-7448.
Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, cell health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com/mushroom. That's NaturallyInspiredRadio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the simple radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. NaturallyInspiredRadio.com.
On my text line, Krista just placed her order for collagen. Thank you, Krista. If you were a customer of mine through my previous company for collagen and you're kind of questioning, like, what do I do now? And I've done some deep research on the new collagen product versus the old collagen product. And I have a comparison for you. So if you'd like me to send that to you so you can take a look at how they're different, and then I have some additional information I'd love to share with you too. So text me 720-303-8868 if you were a collagen customer and you're looking for a new collagen and you want the other information too. So I got it all worked out. So text me 720-303-8868. And thank you, Krista, for your order and your ongoing support of Naturally Inspired. It means so much to us, and it means so much to us that all of you support this and your kind words. And as I work through the assessments with you all, you're so nice and you're so encouraging. And I'm so grateful for that, because this is really a powerful movement, and I want to be a part of it, and I want to connect you to real solutions for health. And so I'm grateful that you are grateful for what I do. It just feels great. So text me 720-303-8868 if you want to switch up your collagen and get plugged into a different solution. One other thing I wanted to say about because I was just looking on X at the break, and I happened to notice that Dr. Naomi Wolf seems to be on team anti-Casey and Callie means. And she's mentioning the technology piece as well. Now, so that's interesting, right? Like I watch patterns. So, the reason why I brought up Malone was because, I felt like he was more on the financial side, right? Because he had kind of some patents or something. And then, so it's just interesting. Let's just watch where things go, right? Let's see the strategy here. as outsiders, let's watch the strategy. All right, let's get to our healthy kids. 7 steps for raising healthy kids. Number 1, it's a no-brainer, nutrition. So what are you shooting for with nutrition? That protein is always hard to get into kids, right? So you want to make that the principle of the nutrition pillars. You want to make sure they're getting enough protein. Great things you can switch off with too. You know, of course, ground beef is awesome. If you're not using Pumpkin Creek Ranch for your beef, you should be. They don't use any contaminants. You know, they're straight up small operation, small batch beef, tastes great, awesome. But also, you know, if you have a kid that's just, you know, you ate that yesterday, that whole thing, you know, picky eater, you can always do ground chicken or ground turkey. These are kind of alternatives as well that you can factor in. And don't be afraid of color when it comes to kids. That's a great, reason for them to want to eat something. And then if any way possible, you can involve your kid in growing food. It's a game changer. It's a game changer in terms of them wanting to eat that food. It's total game. So, you know, get a fruit tree. Even, you know, I know you only get fruit, you know, in the summer, but still them having that connection that fruit comes off of trees. When they see it in the grocery store, they know someone else grew it. When yours are in bloom, do you see what I'm saying here? There's connections being made, and those connections need to be made in order to get them to be motivated to eat those foods. That's why I wrote Rose's Happy Homestead, because it's that connection that they get excited about. The other thing is with nutrition in kids is supporting their detox pathways. So let me say this too about the William Macus clip that we just watched. So, you know, that's the allopathic model, right? To treat the outside. And that's wonderful. Fantastic. If you can get results with a pharmaceutical like that, that's great. But I want you to consider this too. You still have to address root cause. You don't know why it happens. You can get it to go away, you know, for a while. But if you're doing something topically, but you need to understand why that came up in the first place. And you have to address that root cause, because the body's so awesome that if you silence one signal or symptom, it'll signal somewhere else if the root cause isn't corrected. So never, ever forget about addressing root cause. Okay, so supplementation is key. We are not getting the kind of nutrition from our food as we used to. So supplementation, you know, kids need like a good, solid multivitamin, right? And some fish oil, things like that. I have a great assessment on my website that you can actually dial in a kid's nutrition, answer a few questions, and it'll dial it in for them individually. Great tool. Supporting detox pathways. How do you support a kid's detox pathways, right? Well, it's pretty easy, actually. 2 things you can incorporate is one is skin brushing. So when they're in the shower, you teach them when they're in the shower. This is just part of what we do. Like, we clean our bodies, and also we do skin brushing, right? Which is supporting the lymph system, supporting it. We should all be skin brushing. And if we learned that when we were little, we wouldn't even think about it. It would just be part of showering. And so when you introduce your kids to it young, it is part of showering. And it's super important because you're supporting the detox pathways. Now, there's so many YouTube videos on skin brushing. I don't need to act it out here for you. All you have to do is look it up. But skin brushing is a great thing. The other thing is rebounding. You know, those little trampolines or whatever. I mean, kids love to jump anyway. If you have a little trampoline that's kicking around, they'll get on that and do a little bouncing. That's a great way to support detox pathways as well. I mean, most kids are in sports and stuff like that, so are getting a lot of movement anyway. But if you're dealing with an issue with your kid, this is 2 things that you can really incorporate to get them involved in the process of assisting their body through detox. Second thing, let's move on. Screen time, totally underestimated. Kids are spending way too much on screens. Again, input, input, input. What does all that input do? It creates anxiety. It creates the speed of thought that's actually too fast. And that can lead to tummy aches. That can lead to anxiety. It can lead to, just not coping well with their environment. So what's the antidote to too much screen time? Grounding. Get them outside. Get their feet bare. Get their feet on the earth. It's a great way. You can incorporate grounding sheets too. So they have that as part of their habits. They're sleeping in grounding sheets. But for the most part, you gotta be a parent and monitor the time, because it's literally changing their brain. It is. And so be cognizant of that and put in time limits and rules about screen. Number 3, read to your kids. This sparks discussion. And I'm not just saying that because I wrote a children's book. I mean, I am, but I'm not. It's so important to spark discussion and to have that time where you can use other people's stories so that it's not so targeted towards the child and the child doesn't feel attacked or defensive about their habits, or if they're not doing good enough or whatever, right? They take on when we have hard conversations with our kids. It's an outside tool that allows you to have a discussion from kind of a third party point of view, which is a book, any book. Number 4, practice communicating language. It's hard for kids to communicate exactly what's going on when they don't have the language to do it, right? They're still young. They don't know how to express what's going on, especially when it comes to symptoms. A great example is, I had no idea my oldest was having trouble seeing in school. I had no idea. And then it wasn't until he, was becoming upset about going to school, and he hated school, no matter what. He hated school. I'm not saying that, this remedy fixed school. He did hate school. I don't know. He's anti-government like me. I don't know why. I can't imagine why he's like that. My daughter loves school. Anyway, I didn't know that he was struggling to see until I went to the classroom and saw the squinting. And the teacher is interpreting it as, he's not catching on. He doesn't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Well, he can't see. That's the best thing example I can refer to. But it happens with other things too. It happens with tummy aches. It happens with other things. So make sure you're helping them get the language on how to communicate. So important. Our time goes by so fast. Boom, we're done. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert-Garcia. See you tomorrow.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit NaturallyInspiredRadio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the simple radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio. Save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. NaturallyInspiredRadio.com.
Nearly 40% of Americans struggle with a $400 emergency expense. An extra $300 a month can be the difference between stability and financial stress.
Are you feeling the pinch of rising expenses? Imagine what an extra $300, $500, or even $1,000 a month can do for you. Introducing a simple 3-step system designed to help you create a steady income without the overwhelm. Step 1, follow our easy-to-use plan. Step 2, take small, consistent actions. Step 3, stay motivated with weekly coaching designed to keep you on track and moving forward. Whether you're saving for a family vacation, paying down debt, or just looking for breathing room, this system is for you. You don't need special skills, just the desire to make change. Join a growing community of success stories today. Visit simpleincome.info or text 720-764-7448.